You're right, everyone. This is Big Ed 2008, and this is a response video to gameranx's "Should cheating be allowed in single-player games?" The short answer for me is yes, but I do feel that this should be deliberate cheats that are earnable, like in the Nintendo 64's GoldenEye. How do I mean this? What is cheating is probably a very good question, if I'm honest. Cheating, in regards to PC games in particular, is using a third-party program, usually referred to as a trainer, to access aspects of video games, such as health, gold, inventory, etc., etc. Now, in regards to the DS games at the front, this usually involves editing their core save. Excuse me. This is usually done through a third-party piece of equipment, often referred to as a power save. Now, the GameCube ones used an entirely different system, but it was produced by the same company that did power saves. We'll get into that another time. Now, the reason I brought up the GoldenEye game is because their cheats were fundamentally cheats. I mean, you got the golden gun, double golden PPKs, infinite ammo, infinite health. I think there was Donkey Kong mode, super speed, and paintball mode, which is so much fun. It made the game last 3, perhaps 4 times as long as it would have done normally. Now, the LEGO games, up to the more recent 2 or 3, in fact, have allowed you to get access codes, enter them into the main menu, and bring up additional characters, times 10 studs, infinite health, and a couple of quirky other ones. Now, I feel that most game developers are not necessarily losing out, but they are limiting the replayability factor of their games by not allowing you to have accessible cheats. Now, if you look at the Bethesda games, in particular Skyrim and Fallout series, they still have their console command system installed into the game. So it means that with that, you can spawn yourself in any location. You can spawn NPC characters, resources. You can give yourself infinite carry weight. You can modify a hell of a lot of the game, but it will not break the game, because the games are designed to operate with these console commands. What's a console command, I hear you ask? Well, for those of the uninitiated, a console command is fundamentally what the developers use to basically test something. Test how many cats they can spawn in Fallout. Test how many Deathclaws they can. Or how many dragons they can spawn. Or how hard they can push the main engine with functional and active NPC characters and characterettes, to see how far it can go before it does a complete systems crash, basically back to desktop. Now, in regards to the games in front of me, Dragon Age, which is a PC game, so I'd use a trainer for it, the 2 Star Wars games and the 2 3DS games in front of me, I would use power saves. I cannot remember the company that produced them, I'm so sorry, but if you type power saves in, you'll find it. Now, when it comes to, shall we say, replayability aspects of cheating, it will turn, say Dragon Age, I go for a warrior build to begin with. I play the game through, but I want to play it again as one of the others. But I don't want to do the 100-hour slog all over again. I don't have the time to invest in it. So I'll stick stuff like infinite ammo in. Well, not ammo. Well, yeah, ammo if you're playing one of the tanks. One of the archers, I should say. Or infinite potions, or infinite life. So I can speed through the other classes and get their dialogue options, their romance options, and generally their unique aspects. I've done this on Fallout 3 several times. I've played as a man, a woman, a good guy, a bad guy. And each one does have different dialogue options, and sometimes they are quite interesting, and sometimes they can result in a very interesting alternative aspect to the games. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Most of my games I will cheat on. I will try and play them through. And if I can't play them through, I mean, I can give you a good example of how difficult one game is. Up to a point. Half-Life 2, there's a prison escape scene. And you have to basically, I think it's get across a courtyard with loads of gun turrets shooting you. And they are not subtle. They are very accurate and very deadly. And the amount of times that I died was ridiculous. But I made it through once. Unfortunately, it was when it was an autosave to the next stage on that level. And as a result, my health was at 8. It took one shot to kill me. I had to be really quick on console commands so I could skip through that part. Survive it, basically. And whilst, yes, fine, I did make it through, and eventually I played the rest of the game without the cheats, I needed that cheat to get through that part. And as hard as it sounds, a lot of games are like that. In regards to the newer games, when you've got an 8 or 12 hour campaign, but you've got a very limited choice system, then okay, cheats are not very useful. It's only useful when it's like a 35 to 40 hour minimum game campaign. In regards to online cheating, I don't do online gameplay. I try and avoid it, if I'm honest. And the main reason is, say, cartoons. He does a lot of gameplay and video game skits, and he did a very good and very accurate example. Once people found out who he was, they trolled him. They wiped him out. But he is a far more famous YouTuber than I am, and his revenue per monthly is extortionate in comparison to mine. Now me, I tried playing GTA 5 online with my friend, and I got trolled. Why? Because I was there. I tried talking to the bloke to get him to back off. He wouldn't have it. He just kept killing me, running me over with his fucking tank. In the end, me and my friend had to basically ambush him. We let him kill us, but he fell into the sea. It's quite satisfying when you respawn, he's swimming there, and you cap him in the head because he doesn't have his fucking tank anymore. But, yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. If you like this video, please like, rate, subscribe, the usual jazz. I would like to apologise for my voice and my clearing of throat, because I unfortunately am not 100% above the weather at the moment, so yeah, you had to put up with some pretty horrendous sounds. So yeah, this is Big Ed 2008 signing off, and this is a response video to gameranx's Should Cheating Be Allowed in Single Player Games? Thanks very much for watching this, guys. Bye bye.